Hi, this is Mrs. Nagayama, and this is a review video to help you with Quiz 3.06. Please review sections 3.05 and 3.06 before taking this quiz. So the quiz topic today is going to be about the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. These are both types of cells. They're the two most general categories if we were to categorize different types of cells. So here you see at the top a picture of a prokaryotic cell versus a eukaryotic cell. If we were to fill in the Venn diagram below where we would have prokaryotic cell characteristics on the left, eukaryotic cells characteristics on the right, and then shared characteristics in the middle, that's what you would see. We see that prokaryotes, something unique about them is that they have a flagellum, which is that little tail. And for eukaryotic cells, they actually have organelles that prokaryotic cells don't have. Organelles are workers of the cell that have a very specific function that allow eukaryotic cells to be slightly more complex. So some examples of these organelles would be an endoplasmic reticulum, or the ER, the mitochondria, the nucleus, and the lysosome. Some shared characteristics is that they both have a cytoplasm, so that's the space inside the cell outside of the nucleus. They both have a cell membrane that surrounds the cell. They both have DNA found in the cell, and they both have proteins. So here's a sample question. What could you look for to determine if a cell is prokaryotic or eukaryotic? What could you look for to determine if a cell is prokaryotic or eukaryotic? So basically it's saying if they showed you a cell, how would you know whether it's prokaryotic or eukaryotic? So we see here some characteristics of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. The eukaryotic cells, again, something unique about them is that they have organelles. So that would be the defining feature for a eukaryotic cell. So if you see an organelle, that means that you know that it's eukaryotic. If you don't, then you know it's prokaryotic. So C is the best answer. Now here are another difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotes do not have a nucleus, so their DNA is actually free in the cell. If you look on the left-hand side in that picture, you see that DNA is not really tightly wound, it's just loose inside the cell. Eukaryotic cells, they like to protect their DNA, and so they put their DNA into this special place called the nucleus in the cell. The prokaryotic cell does not have a nucleus, but the eukaryotic cells do. This allows eukaryotes to protect their DNA from any damage. So here's a sample question. The body of a tiger is made of many types of cells, such as muscle cells and nerve cells. All of the tiger's cells are eukaryotic. What else is true about the tiger's cells? So we know that they're eukaryotic cells. So which of the following statements are true about eukaryotic cells? They have a loop strand of DNA. They are similar to bacterial cells. Their DNA is located in a nucleus, or their organelles do not have a membrane. Let's see what is true about cells. We see that eukaryotic cells have DNA protected within the nucleus. So the best answer for this question would be C, their DNA is located in the nucleus. Some examples of prokaryotic cells would be bacteria and archaea, which are organisms that survive in very harsh environments. So that could be little organisms that live in high pressure environments or high or low temperatures. Eukaryotic cell examples would be things like yeast, fungus, grass, cells in fruit flies, humans, and tigers. So pretty much everything that is not bacteria or archaea. So here's the last sample question from quiz 3.06. Examine the illustrations. Which cell is a eukaryotic cell? Is it A or is it B? Remember, eukaryotic cells are the more complex ones with lots of organelles and a nucleus. The answer is B. You see there are tons of organelles surrounding that nucleus that's in blue in the middle. DNA is found inside that nucleus, whereas if you look at the A cell, or cell A, that is a lot more simple, and it also has that flagellum. If you have any questions, please email me and I can send you more resources. Please make sure you're taking the quiz as many times as you need to until you get a 60% or above, because that's a passing grade in the class.